Deep within the Arctic's frozen expanse where snow and ice reign supreme, a quiet transformation is taking place. Greenland has just taken a bold step that's rippling across the world, drawing the focus of global leaders, investors, and environmental advocates. The island has opened its doors to Canadian enterprises, granting them rare access to its immense, largely unexplored reserves of rare earth minerals, crucial ingredients for today's cutting-edge technologies. This isn't your typical business arrangement, it's a dramatic realignment of global influence, redrawing the map of power in the Arctic and beyond. For a long time, China has held sway over the rare earth industry, controlling the supply of these essential materials, while the U.S. has struggled to reduce its reliance. In 2019, President Trump's unexpected bid to purchase Greenland was driven by a quest to secure these resources for America, but that ambition quickly faded, much like the Arctic's melting ice. By joining forces with Canada, Greenland has left the U.S. on the sidelines and redefined the rules of Arctic sovereignty, establishing a new position for itself on the international stage. Rare earth elements might not be familiar to most, but they're the unseen foundation of our modern world, powering everything from smartphones and electric cars to wind turbines and defense systems. This groundbreaking partnership is set to transform technology, commerce, and security for years to come. The world is watching, fully aware of the enormous stakes involved. How will America react to being left out? What moves will China make to defend its leadership? With this daring alliance, Greenland and Canada have sent a clear message: the future of the Arctic, and perhaps the world's technology, now rests in their hands. The gateway to tomorrow's innovations has shifted north. In the frozen Arctic, a new chapter is beginning and all eyes are on Greenland. So, what exactly are rare earth minerals, and why are they suddenly at the center of global attention? These minerals might look like ordinary rocks, but they're actually a group of elements that play a hidden, yet vital role in our everyday lives. Despite their name, rare earths aren't truly rare in the Earth's crust. In fact, they're more common than gold or platinum. The real challenge is that they're rarely found in large, concentrated deposits, making extraction and processing both difficult and expensive. There are 17 rare earth elements, including names you might not have heard before, like neodymium, dysprosium, and europium. Each one has unique magnetic, luminescent, or electrochemical properties that make them essential for modern technology. Think of them as the vitamins of industry. A small amount can transform the performance of a product. Even trace quantities can make a huge difference in how our devices function. Without rare earths, our smartphones would be heavier, electric cars less efficient, and wind turbines far less powerful. They're the reason our gadgets keep getting smaller, faster, and smarter. Rare earths are crucial for green energy solutions like wind turbines and solar panels, for advanced military systems, and for the digital devices we rely on every day. They're the backbone of the technologies shaping our future. Because these elements are so hard to substitute, any country that controls significant reserves holds enormous economic and strategic power. It's not just about resources, it's about influence on the world stage. For years, China has dominated the rare earth market, producing over 80% of the world's supply. This dominance has allowed China to use rare earths as a powerful tool in international negotiations and trade disputes. That's why the U.S. and its allies have been urgently searching for alternative sources, hoping to reduce their dependence and secure their own supply chains. Greenland, with its vast and high-grade rare earth deposits, has emerged as one of the most promising non-Chinese sources. Its remote, icy landscape could soon become a key player in the global supply chain. By partnering with Canada, Greenland is opening up the rare earth market to real competition, challenging China's near monopoly and reshaping the global landscape. This is about more than just mining minerals. It's about determining who will control the technologies and industries of tomorrow. The stakes are incredibly high, and governments, companies, and citizens around the world are paying close attention to every development. The global race for rare earths has a new contender, and the outcome could shape the future for decades to come. The Greenland-Canada Agreement marks a new era in Arctic cooperation. Canadian firms known for responsible mining have secured long-term leases. This is a partnership, not a land sale. The deal promises local jobs, infrastructure, and royalties for Greenland, fueling its push for economic independence. Canada's collaborative approach, rooted in shared Arctic challenges, won Greenland's trust. Mining in the Arctic is tough: extreme cold, fragile ecosystems, and complex logistics. Canadian expertise gives this venture a real shot at success. The plan is careful exploration, environmental checks, then production. For Greenland, this is a step toward self-reliance and a future beyond fishing and subsidies. This partnership is more than business, it's a statement of sovereignty and shared destiny. For Washington, this is a major blow. Trump's 2019 bid to buy Greenland was mocked, but it was rooted in real strategic concerns: America's reliance on China for rare earths. The US hoped to gain a foothold in Greenland's mining sector, but this new deal with Canada slams that door shut. Canada's quiet diplomacy outmaneuvered America's hard-nosed tactics. This isn't just a loss for Trump, it's a wake-up call for US foreign policy in the Arctic. Greenland chose partnership and respect over power plays. America's influence isn't absolute, and the Arctic is charting its own course. The dream of an American-owned Greenland is gone. A Canadian-Greenlandic alliance is the new reality. For Canada, this is a game-changer. Access to Greenland's rare earths catapults Canada into the top tier of global suppliers. The economic windfall, jobs, innovation, and revenue will be huge. Canada now becomes the West's most reliable alternative to China. This boosts Canada's influence in NATO, the G7, and beyond. The world's tech giants and automakers will look to Canada for stable, ethical supply chains. Canada's Arctic leadership and environmental standards set a new benchmark. This success will spark more investment and cement Canada's role as a northern powerhouse. The world's eyes are now on Ottawa. Why does this Greenland deal matter to you? Just look at your phone. Rare earths make your screen vibrant, your speakers powerful, and your device light and fast. They're in wind turbines, electric vehicles, and even MRI machines. As we shift to green energy, demand for these minerals will soar. Rare earths are also vital for defense. Missiles, drones, and jet engines all depend on them. They're in fiber optics, laptops, and energy-efficient lighting. Control over rare earths means control over the building blocks of modern life. This isn't just about mining, it's about national security and technological progress. The Greenland-Canada deal will shape the future of everything from healthcare to clean energy. The invisible foundation of our world just got a new guardian. That's why this quiet Arctic agreement echoes around the globe. The Greenland-Canada deal is more than just a business agreement. It redraws the rare earth map, shifting the global landscape in ways few could have predicted just a decade ago. For years, the world's supply chains were tightly controlled, but now, new routes and new players are emerging, changing the game. For years, China's near monopoly gave it immense power. Remember when it cut off Japan's supply in 2010? That single move sent shockwaves through global industries from electronics to automotive, and made it clear just how much influence China held over the world's most critical minerals. The US has tried to catch up, investing in mining and processing, but even now, it still relies heavily on China for the most crucial steps. American companies have struggled to break free from this dependence, facing both technical and economic hurdles. Now, Canada's entry into the rare earth market changes everything. It creates a North American bloc, one where, for the first time, Canada leads the charge, not the US. This shift could redefine alliances and economic strategies across the continent. This forms a new geopolitical triangle: China, the US, and now Canada, as the friendly alternative. Each side brings its own strengths, resources, and ambitions, setting the stage for a new era of competition and cooperation. For the first time in a generation, the rare earth market has real competition and genuine choice. Prices, supply chains, and even innovation are all up for grabs as companies and countries rethink their strategies. China will have to compete on price and quality, not just dominance. The days of unchallenged control are over, and Chinese producers must now innovate and adapt to maintain their edge. The US must accelerate its own efforts and work with Canada, not as a controller, but as a customer and partner. This new relationship could spark fresh investments and technological breakthroughs on both sides of the border. For Europe and Asia, this is a lifeline, a non-Chinese source at last. Industries from Germany to Japan can now diversify their supply chains, reducing risk and increasing resilience in a volatile world. The global chessboard has been reset. Every move now matters more than ever, as countries and companies jockey for position in this high-stakes race. The rare earth race is now a three-way contest, with each player bringing unique advantages and strategies to the table. The outcome will shape technology, security, and economies for years to come. The balance of power is shifting, and the world is watching closely as a new era in the rare earth race begins. The Greenland-Canada partnership will echo for years. Tech giants worldwide are watching. Secure, ethical rare earths could spark a new wave of innovation. Cheaper green tech may speed up the shift to a low-carbon world. This deal sets a precedent for Arctic development, partnership, responsibility, and respect for local communities. Other nations will look to this model as the Arctic opens up. Challenges remain. Arctic mining is tough, expensive, and risky. But the potential is huge and the world is watching. This is more than a mining story. It's about who shapes the future. As the Arctic melts, new realities emerge. Canada and Greenland are forging the future, in ice, with vision, and with power.